Hey guys, this is my Dragon Knight tank build. The race is Imperial, but Nord works really well as well. Nord probably works a little bit better if you want to do a little bit more PvP, but I am a tried and true Imperial user. We have 50 in health and 14 in stamina to give us just around 45,000 health, just around 30,000 stamina. We have 19,000 magicka, which is a little bit low, but we're not using a lot of magicka, so it's not really the focus here. So let's do the armor first. So for armor, for our monster set, we're using Nazare's. This is a great set whenever you use an ultimate. It's going to give every major and minor debuff in the game for 1 second for every 20 ultimates spent. So if you save it for 500, it is on there for a long time. And this does mobs, bosses, same time, all of it. It's great. Great set. I use it all the time. Our other major set is the Turning Tide. Turning Tide is crucial to the way this build is going to work, because whenever you block, you gain flowing water, and then when you shield bash, and that's just the standard bash, you deal 6,200 magic damage to up to 6 enemies in front of you, and it's in a cone, and it gives them major vulnerability, which is huge right now. Other one is tried and true, Powerful Assault. This is literally just to help buff the team. Great set. So with those, and also the biggest part of this is typically we are running Vatishran's Sword and Board, because as you see, when you have them both on, you get another 1,000 health, but also when you power bash, you pull in every enemy near you up to 12 meters away for 2 seconds. So it's a short stun, but it pulls them all in, and it applies major maim to all of them in the area for 10 seconds. And that reduces their damage gen by 10%, so it's going to save you. But the bigger part is it pulls them all in. I've got a video after this. I'm going to stitch it in. It's me running part of a dungeon, and you can just see how well this just yanks the trash mobs in. When you are running, this build does work really well. I've tanked almost every trial on it so far, standard and vet, and I switch out to the master set during that, because when you switch to the master set, it allows you to do when you use puncture, it'll give you 6,700 health, but also give you spell and physical resistance, and that is every 5 seconds, but you can just spam aggro. So things like Sunspire, things like that, the master's Sword and Board, where you want to switch to. But for trash mobs and everything, Vatishran's is your go-to, for sure. So for your skills, we have to have Power Slam on there, because that's going to drag him in with the Vatishran's. So that's important. And then of course we have Pierce Armor. That's our aggro, spammable aggro. Easy, applies minor breach and major breach to the enemy. So it drops their physical resistance, and when you swap onto that master set, it will heal you at the same time and give you that resistance. It's great. Of course, Unrelenting Grip, pull them in, and it's also a nice little spammable if you can't pull the boss in, because it's free. Like literally, it says if the target cannot be pulled, you restore 100% of the ability's magicka. It's free spammable, and it's great for bringing the mobs apart. Hardened Armor, just for those big fights, it's great. It gives you the damage shield, increases your spell and physical resistance. Us using this on top of everything else, we're going to be maxed out. I'll show you our stats buffed here in a second. Noxious Breath, again, another major breach, just so that when you pull them in with Vatishran's, you don't have to worry about poking everybody. You hit them with that. Now this is a flex ult. I use Shield Discipline because I was just running the Cauldron. Just made it really easy on that last boss. Pop this. Don't gotta worry. It just literally perm blocks. It's great. Choking Talons. This is part of the rotation of our little combo that we use with Vatishran's. You pull them in with the Power Slam, and then you use Choking Talons to hold them all there and apply minor maim. Another awesome. And then, of course, your ally can do the synergy, do damage with it. We use Igneous Weapons to boost the team, giving them major brutality and sorcery. Quiet Killing Blood. This is our big heal. Gives us major fortitude. It's amazing. Always keep it on your bards. Dragonite tank. Resolving Vigor. Again, standard heal. Now this is the other one with our Poland rotation. You pull them in with Vadishrands, you seal them down with the Choking Talons, and then you hit Pulsar, and then it drops all their health by 10%. So your team's getting buffed by you, and then you're not just locking them down and pulling them in, you're also lowering their max health by 10%. And it also keeps them from doing as much damage to you because you're applying minor protection to everyone near you for 6 seconds. So it's a pretty big faceted thing. So makes you even tankier, makes them weaker. It's great. And then Barrier for our other ult. The ults on this build aren't that important, but Barrier is great because it literally just gives everyone in your group almost a 30,000 damage shield for 30 seconds. And as long as your DPS isn't outright standing in red zone, you're good to go. That's going to save them. It'll pull you out of a lot of sticky situations. It's a great ult to have on the bar. If not, I'll run Magma Shield. But it is one of the major ults that I use as a tank just because it's so easy to use and it's just fast. It is kind of expensive. It does cost 235 ultimate. But when you cast that with Nazareth, we're talking 10-15 seconds of all major minor debuffs to the entire group, plus your teammates have all that damage resistance. It's great. Now let's so that's all we'll be walking around, and look at that. Our spell and physical resistances are both just around 30,000, so we're right near that cap. Any of our spells that help us pull everything in and increase our spell resistances, like the puncture, that's going to push us right to the edge, and we're going to be at resistance caps. So this is my build. It's not hard. None of the items in here are... Turning Tide's not great to grind. Nazareth is pretty simple to get. Powerful Assault, it doesn't have to be the Ice Staff. It doesn't. The Ice Staff is nice because then when you block with it, it eats your Magicka. But any back bar thing with it will do because you're only really out there. You're only really going to have it out for a second. I used the Fire Staff for a while beforehand. Fire Staff is substantially cheaper than the Ice Staff, but I do have a guide that I'm coming out with, and I'll have it up soon, of the best way to farm Telvar stones in Cyrodiil, Imperial City Sewers. And I was able to get enough Telvar stones to get my own staff, and I actually regularly get them and then sell them in my guild trader. So I'll be coming out with that guide soon. Give the channel a like. Let me know how you like the video. Let me know how you like the build. Come catch me on Twitch. Join the Discord if you have any questions for tanking or anything else on Elder Scrolls. And just let me know, guys. Thanks.